evil empire, the Big Ten, is their larger AQ model ideas starting to gain traction throughout the autonomy 4? Holy smokes, welcome to episode 455 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Flugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. The Big Ten radical idea of college football playoff expansion frustrates executives, pikes the interest from athletic directors, and not only the Big Ten athletic directors, also how would a league's idea for up to 28 teams in the CFP field affect the bowl game system? Brandon Marcello this afternoon, CBS Sports. The Big Ten's radical idea to expand the college football playoff from 12 to 28 teams is already off to a rocky start, according to industry sources who spoke to CBS Sports on the condition of anonymity. News of the Big Ten's internal socialization of the early blueprint to expand the college football playoff came to light on Saturday before many of the commissioners in the 9 FBS conferences were informed personally by the Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. Leaks around the CFP formats over the last year are nothing new, but the timing with the December 1st deadline looming for a new agreement intensified frustration. We sound like immature children throwing garbage against the wall, one upset CFP executive told CBS Sports. It's frustrating that these topics can't be discussed behind the scenes and brought out to the public once they are vetted, an SEC administrator said. Well, who's leaking all this? Who leaked these early ideas of a larger football playoffs? Who leaked it? Because the Big Ten did not make a conference announcement, right? It was also leaked that the SEC has been looking at for months at large playoff formats, including one that included 32 teams. But yet the SEC does not get mocked. Petitti floated 24 and 2018 playoff models with the Big Ten athletic directors last week, sources told CBS Sports. The SEC was informed later, but other conferences were left out until the leak surfaced because they weren't ready to present it yet. Administrators had been focused on a 16-team formats in recent negotiations, making the Big Ten's larger proposals a surprise. What remains constant is the Big Ten's desire for multiple automatic qualifiers. For months, its preferred model has been a 16-team field with 4 AQs for the Big Ten and the SEC, 2 for the ACC and Big 12, and 1 for the group of 6. By contrast, the ACC and the Big 12 have lobbied for a 16-team playoff with 11 at-large bids. The Big Ten and the SEC hold decisive voting power on the CFP board, and if the two powers don't agree on a new format, the playoff stays at 12 teams. Sources within the Big Ten emphasize that Petitti's 24 and 2018 designs remain in their infancy and are not ready to be formally presented to the CFP executives. The SEC athletic directors even discussed similar ideas at the spring meetings in June, though nothing formal emerged. Well, the SEC athletic directors have been talking about it. The SEC has been talking about it. The Big Ten has been talking about it. Nobody has officially presented them, but yet it's only the Big Ten that gets mocked for having ideas and talking about it in their infancy. Holy smokes. There was enough conversation about it that it filtered into conversations between the league offices, an SEC administrator said. Several SEC athletic directors surveyed by CBS Sports on Sunday were receptive to the Big Ten's pitch, though there were no consensus. Reaction was also mixed in the ACC and the Big 12. Executives in the group of 6 conferences were not in favor. I like it An ACC athletic director told CBS Sports, "We need to continue to evolve. The primary model discussed among the Big Ten leadership includes 7 automatic qualifiers for the Big Ten and the SEC and 5 apiece for the ACC and the Big 12. The group of 6 would receive 2 berths and 2 more teams would get at-large spots. The format would scrap conference title games starting the playoff in early December with campus sites hosting the first 2 rounds." We're going to talk about this later on in the live show here Monday, August 18th. But look, the SEC and the Big Ten have been talking about this. The SEC talked about these larger formats in the spring. And there is mixed reactions. There are some in the Big 12 that are for a larger AQ model, some not. Some in the ACC are for a larger AQ model, some not. And the group of 6 sounds like they have some consensus that they are against it. But only one conference has been mocked by the college football reporters over the last 24 hours, and it's the Big Ten, not the Southeastern Conference. Geez, I wonder why. You don't want to lose access to the god Greg Sankey? Is that the reason? Put down your comment section below the video and let me know what you're thinking. I get it. Look. Reasonable people can disagree. A lot of good people, smart people, do not want the expanded playoffs. They don't want to go above 16. I used to be one of them. Until college football changed, until the world changed. But I get it. I get you're against the 24, the 28. I'd rather have it be a 20 team or an 18 team, at least for now. And some are still holding on to the belief that a 5+11 is the best model for your institution, for your conference, for best of college football. That is all fine and dandy. We can agree to agree, and we can agree to disagree. But when everybody is trying to figure out the sweet spot for the future college football playoff format, when both conferences have discussed a larger AQ model, when the SEC have discussed what the Big Ten is discussing now only in the spring, but there's only one conference that is getting mocked by name by the college football reporters, and with all due respect, most of the college football YouTube channels out there, hypocrisy is running wild in college football, and I'm here to call it out. I'm absolutely here to call it out. You know where I stand on this issue. I love the idea of a larger AQ model. 16 teams is not big enough. It's not big enough, especially when you have to consider, the interest, the health of the ACC and the Big 12. 16-team AQ model is not big enough. It's got to go to 18. It's got to go to 20. The SEC has had internal discussions about a 32-team playoff. The Big Ten, 28 and 24. We're going to find out together where all this ends up. But I have a very strong opinion that the AQ model is going to be what we decide upon here in the near future. The number of teams, I don't know. The format, a bye, double bye, I don't know. But an AQ model over a selection committee that is going to have more power deciding who is in the playoffs, the AQ model is going to win out. That is my strong opinion. Again, put down your thoughts, put down your opinions. Let me know how wrong I got it once again from all of us at PATC to all of you. Please, until next time, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.